Hi, everybody. Welcome. So, we are doing Business Tarot Tuesdays. So, we are back to the usual Business Tarot Tuesdays, meaning that you can ask any question that you want about your business. The last several weeks, as we were leading up to 2021, we were just focused on what I was calling 2021 glimpses. So, we were only looking at whatever energies we were seeing coming in the year ahead, which we totally could. We could totally go there if that's where you want to go. Or if you are wanting a reading on a different question tonight, we can totally go there as well. So if you are new, I'm Ashley Bradley. I'm an intuitive business coach, and I show up here and just offer these. These are free. These are just a part of my community offering. So if you would like a reading, all you have to do, hi, Lisa, you made it. I know it's so late for you. All you have to do is give me your business name, or if you go by your name, just say like, my name is my business name. And then if there's a specific question or a specific area that you want me to tune into with your business, hi, Jessica. We'll pull a couple cards and we'll see what's there. And as long as your question isn't a yes, no question, if it isn't something that would just be like a finite answer and it gives us some room to explore and essentially translate the energies that we're seeing showing up there around that question, then it's totally good. It's totally a good place to go. And so with Tina, hi, Tina. So Tina, Lisa, Jessica, if you guys want a reading, what we'll do is just how Tina has done. We'll put your business name. And then if there's a specific question, you can just say general. If you just want to tune in, generally speaking, to what we're seeing, or if you have a specific area, a specific question that you want me to tune into. And then I will pull somebody in first just to get me started. And then to make sure that we're staying organized, I have Solange that helps me. We have a number system where she'll basically give you a number and we kind of go in, we trend forward. We don't go in exact consecutive order, but whatever order I'm basically seeing that spirit is guiding me towards, we'll basically call out that number so that we can also make sure that everybody that's here is able to go. Okay, so Tina Ann, I'm going to start with you, Tina Ann, for general. And then yes. And then Lisa and Jessica, Perla, we're going to have you do a number with Solange. And so that'll help us make sure that we get to you guys. And anybody that's joining in the first half, since I'm on for an hour, has been getting a reading. So wanted you to rest assured for that. Okay, Tina, I'm going to get started with you. So it's called As You Wish, General. Just going to tune into you here for a moment. Okay, I'll pull a couple cards. Okay. Tina, I'm asking, just based on what I'm hearing, I'm going to ask you a question, and it'd be helpful to just hear you responding to me. If there's something that I'm wanting you to confirm, for you to do it in the comments. But I start to look at this video card that comes in reverse. This is from the business deck, and I get sort of this sinking feeling in my gut around my solar plexus area. So it looks like you have some resistance, Tina, to like something about putting your face, your video out there, possibly even doing like live videos. Can you confirm that's been a resistance that you've been experiencing? Because that's the thing that my body's responding to the most from these cards that are coming out in front of me. And so in terms of the energy that's coming in with you, the two decks I'm working with today is this Rebecca Campbell Work Your Light, unless I get pulled to grab from my friend over here. And the videos is coming in from the business deck. Okay, so Tina Ann is saying, yes, you have been feeling that. Just putting yourself out there vulnerably has been hard. Okay. And so the energy that you are being asked to step into is this play energy. It's talking about have fun, celebrate. Don't be so serious. So specifically, I love the laughter that like comes in with your spirit team, that it's really about energetically for you, like removing some of the ego attachment that you have, and like remembering that it's so much more about you being a relatable person, not being a perfect person that knows or has all the answers or is showing up exactly perfectly. But it's so much for you about just like showing up and essentially kind of channeling through that soul self wisdom. For videos though, in terms of what I really want to point you towards about how people are best connecting with you energetically, like sharing through video the power of your spoken word, opening and flowing that divine wisdom. So just sort of, it's really important to be rooted down at the same time, but focusing on opening your crown chakra. And just like when you get in that place where you're just talking and words are just flowing through and you're not even thinking about it, but you happen to be saying the perfect thing, that's more what I want you to begin shifting into. Like when you are wanting to put some kind of message out there for your business. I want to bring through that you do have a specific guide that stepped forward to talk to you about business today. And so I just want you to start working with higher self and with your primary guide. That's the one that stepped forward for this reading today as well. And that's the main things that I'm seeing from these two cards is like the more that you step into the fun of things, the more that you step into knowing that when you're fun, when you're playful, when you're essentially like speaking to people like you would as if you've known someone for many years and you've let your guards down and you don't really care what they think about you exactly, like that's going to be the magnetizing quality that you're really looking for. And because I do get this sense they're showing me you wanting to be welcoming in more clients, that there's something newer or something that you opened up recently that you're wanting to open up more clients to. So this is specifically in response to some of the things that you've been trying to work on and manifest and attract to you. They're pointing you towards this is the way that you are your most magnetic, okay? Okay, so I'm going to check in with Solange and then we will see what numbers we are on. So thank you, Tina. Let me know if that makes sense. Let me know what's landing. I always love for everybody to be letting me know what makes sense. So Solange, what number are we up to right now?
Hi, we are up to number 4.
Okay, I want to go number 2 and then number 1. Who's number 2?
Great. Number 2 is Perla.
Perla. Okay.
Yes. And number 1, Lisa.
Perla and then Lisa. Okay, beautiful. Thank you, Solange. Perla. Lisa. Okay. Let's see. Let's see. Thank you, Tina. Perla, Perla. Scrolling back. Okay. Just anything. Perla, Perla Sanchez. Okay. If you guys are watching, if you could tag someone that you think might enjoy this, if there's a place that you'd be willing to share, that would help me out. I'd appreciate that. Okay, Perla. I want to switch my second card to this deck, Perla. Ooh, okay. So the other deck that I'm going to pull from is this Life Purpose deck. It's because your business isn't open as of yet. Okay. So these cards that are coming in right now, they're all, I want to just call them confirmation cards. They're all cards that come in when somebody is kind of teetering on their path. Like, would it make sense, Perla, for me to say that you've been sort of like back and forth, sort of in the questioning phase of the business? Like when you say that, like, you're planning on opening it, like it feels like there's times where you'll start to make movements and you'll feel discouraged and then you'll fall off. That's kind of the pattern, the teetering pattern that they're showing me. So let me know if that makes sense, because based on these cards that come in, I call them confirmation cards because basically you just need to see from spirit, from whatever cards I'm randomly pulling out. It's something that keeps you on your path. It's something that's meant to keep you moving forward. So this pillar of light card is coming in for you. It's talking about your vibration is rising. You are the oracle. I will tell you that because you are becoming more sensitive, Perla, like that the work environment that you're in right now, I just feel like the pressure is rising, and it will get to the point where things will boil over if you don't make the transition. On your own. So spirit has a way of sort of pushing us out of one chapter into the next if we're taking things too slow. So I'm saying that to give you a little bit of a sense of urgency that, like, there's going to be things that just become too intense to where either you leave or something happens and the ties are cut before you're expecting it, and it's all meant to happen. It's all meant to be pushing you into this next chapter. But I just feel like with the teetering energy of you sort of like, I don't see the consistent effort. I see you sort of weaving in and out. Can you confirm that for me, Perla, that of what I'm picking up on this teetering in and out with working on it? The other two cards that are coming in are talking about that you need to trust your feelings and your dreams to guide your career path, and that everything you have experienced in your life has made you really strong and courageous. So there's nothing here beyond spirit just wanting to give you confirmation to keep going. And the thing that I'll leave you with that I'm picking up on the most that you're really meant to hear today is that it is time for you to be taking those small chunks that are moving you forward, that are actually making a consistent effort for you to make this happen. I actually don't see it. I see it happening sort of 18 months is what I'm hearing. So I'm feeling like more 2022 vibes around this. And it does feel like something again that you're meant to do it, that you want it to be on your terms and more on your timing and for it to not catch you off guard and to have spirit boot you out of the other thing and you're just like, I'm not ready yet. So I just want you to have that sense of a little more sense of urgency around it because of that. Okay. Okay, so Lisa, I'm going to go to you next. And so I didn't hear from you, Perla, during that reading. I really do ask that everyone is present with me, that you give me some feedback so it feels like we're hanging out, we're sitting together, and then we're interacting. We all need that. I need that so much from you today. I love hanging out with you. So don't make me feel like I'm just talking to nobody, you guys. Don't leave me hanging. Okay. Let's see. So I'm going to Lisa. Lisa, I saw your question here. That's not it. Lisa, do you want to post your question again? I'm like scrolling through. Thanks, Lisa. Oh, here we go. Just anything for 2021. Okay. Okay, Lisa. And by the way, everybody, while I am going to continue to be doing these lives every week, I'm moving it into my group after the first Monday of the month. So today's the first Monday of the month. So I'm doing it live. And then to make it a special, more private space for the members of my group for the rest of the month, I'm doing it live at the same time, but only for those in the group. So join the group if you want to keep seeing these every week. And Solange will drop that link for us. Okay. Okay, Lisa, let me tune into you. Okay. So there's 3 guides that arrive with you. Okay. So there's a primary guide. there's the wolf that travels with you, and then I do feel like I thought it was a business guide, but it feels more like a healing guide that comes with you. But I feel the energy of the three of them, and they have a very powerful energy. So I get a little tingly as I connect in with them. Okay. For you, I'm really loving this. It's talking about you go first, the universe will catch you. And knowing where you're at right now in your business, Lisa, this is very much confirmation that you are meant to take that leap, that you are meant to be taking that jump, that dive into other things. And I feel a bit of that heart dropping into the stomach feeling as you do it. But it's very much about trust, and specifically trust of knowing that you will figure out the rest. I don't even feel like it's about your trust in the universe. I feel like it's sort of like trust in knowing that you can change your mind, trust in knowing that you can find a way that works for you, that works on your terms. This Purify card is coming in. I feel like it wants to have a partner. Okay. Okay. So Purify is coming in with spiritual gifts. And this is from my more business oriented deck. And so it feels like with you tuning in and with you doing it in a different way. Like I feel like now that you're starting to work with clients, Lisa, that like it's coming in for that reason. And I'm seeing Purify more in terms of like protection, like having a little bit more energy that you're putting out to set the tone before you start your sessions, as well as like more energetic protection, more spiritual protection before you're tapping in. And so I feel like that's what you're being pointed towards. I do feel like, why are they showing me a bridge? Okay, so I see the bridge and then I hear I feel my scalp tingling. And so I'm feeling like they're showing me like something related to channeling with you. Let me just test out a few things. Wow, that's scalp tingling. Yes. Okay. Okay, so I feel it in my throat as well. So they're really showing me channeling is going to be something that's opening up for you a lot more, that becomes a bigger part of what you do. They're showing me it for both the writing as well as for the business. They're saying the writing and the business. And who is it that she's channeling through? Okay. So it feels like it's actually coming primarily through your guide that is the one that does the healing work, your healing guide. And so if you're not familiar with that guide on your team, I just want to point you to build that connection a little bit more, because I do feel like that feels like the primary one that you're collaborating with, that you're co-creating with in your business. Okay. Okay. Thank you, Lisa. So give me some feedback. Let me know. And hi.
Hi,
So,
I was just reporting some guy called Alex Richard offering some readings, so please don't mind him.
oh yeah, you guys. People, when I do the live ones, I guess that's another reason to come hang out in the private group where people can't do it. But
Right?
yeah, like whenever I have it open like this, there's always people that are hopping in, or they're like, DM me for your reading. So if it's not me or
Mm.
Solange, don't fucking DM anybody or click their links or any of that.
All right. So
Susan in
other
here.
than
I
this,
apologize if anybody's named Susan that's watching. It's not for you, but yeah, Alex Richard.
okay, so we
Report.
are up to number 5. We're coming back, right? We are up to number 5, and you did 1 and 2 already. So
Okay. I want to do 3 and then 4 in that order. Who is that?
okay, 3 is Brooke.
Brooke?
Yes, and 4 is Eden. I hope I am pronouncing her name
Oh,
correctly.
Eden. Maybe Eden?
Eden.
Okay. Eden.
Yes.
Okay. Brooke and then Eden. Okay. Thank you, Solange. I know Solange has to reel me back in sometimes. She's like, get back to what we're here to do. Wait, is it Beth or Brooke? I see. Oh, Brooke Hines. So, Brooke, tell me your business name and your question. I'm scrolling through to see what we're doing here. Okay. I see this, Brooke. Business reading, anything I should focus on? Your business is changing. Can you tell me if your business has a name or if it just goes by your name, Brooke? So, Lisa said, that's great. I'm ready to do my spiritual as fuck healing and reading soon. So that will be great help learning to tune in beforehand. I'll try to practice connecting with him. Thank you, Lisa. Thank you, Lisa. So Brooke, if you can let me know if you have a business name. But if I don't hear from you, I'm just going to roll with this. But Brooke, hopefully you are watching and you can comment along the way. And Brooke, if you can do me a favor, invite in your spirit team. If you have a guide, an angel, a crossed over loved one, anyone that you want to come in and be a part of the reading, if you can intention that. Okay. Brooke is here. Brooke. Okay, Brooke. Okay. Yeah, it's interesting that you say things are changing. So the initiation card is coming in and it's talking about a rite of passage, crossing the threshold. Why do I get the sense, Beth, that or Brooke, I'm sorry. I see the two B names and I'm getting mixed up. So Brooke, why do I see you standing right at the edge of something? Because when I see this image of the threshold, I see you standing kind of right at the edge, but you're not yet walking forward. I suppose it could be because it's so new that you just stepped into it, or there's something that's tripping you up that you're not stepping forward yet. But that's the energy that comes in with you when I tune into this, and I feel it that anxiousness in my chest and in my heart as soon as I tune into it as well. And I'm curious if it's related to because the marketing card is coming up. And so this doesn't look very fancy because it's my own card deck where I just write some stuff on there that's related to business. But with marketing coming in with it and the feelings that I get in my chest of feeling like I don't know where to move forward or what direction to go, I am feeling like that is connected to higher feeling about well, how do I promote this? How do I get people through the door? So this is talking about it's really time to shake up. I want to say how you're thinking about it, because I feel like you have this interesting disconnect is what I want to call it, when it comes to marketing. And I feel like there's still a lot of old stories to heal and to let go of related to how you were thinking about marketing. And for you, it's going to be very important for you to just initially, in these coming months, choose something and stick to it and be consistent about it, because I feel you caught in sort of this sense of overwhelm of trying to pick the best thing. And the message that I just really want to bring through is it's just anything could be the best thing if you're going to commit to it and you're going to be I'm going to have fun with this. I'm going to figure out how to make this work. So you're saying, Brooke, I started in September with no idea. So my focus and my path are changing. I've been working with a coach to work out an exact thing, and that you always pick something and then doubt yourself. Yeah. So you said yesterday you've decided the thing. So the next part is committing to it and putting yourself and your packages out there, a new business name, a new page. So it's all fresh and not connected. Yeah. I really like what you are saying here about having it be fresh energetically. Um, but yes, I feel like there's this story that you're gonna pick the wrong thing, and then it's just it's not gonna work if you pick the wrong thing, or what is the exact formula? There's a lot of figuring it out kind of energy, and it feels like that energy isn't really pushing forward in the same direction. If you imagine like a wind tunnel that's like sort of blowing things everywhere, as opposed to one steady gust of wind that's just like pushing everything in the same direction. That's the difference when you just stand in it and you know, like, no matter what you choose, like, you are showing up, you're committed. If you hit some kind of roadblock or challenge, you're going to fucking figure it out. You're going to make it happen. And so that's very much what I want to get through to you today. You always want the right thing. Yeah, yeah. And then I also see it's very small, but like my eyes just went to this like tiny little like serpent in the corner. And so the serpent energy is very much tied to the divine feminine. So I do want you more in your divine feminine, when you're finding yourself in that place of feeling like there's a right answer, or you're caught too much in the doing and the action oriented, and you're not feeling like you're in that place of flow and fun and just like being that creatrix self that you are. When you're finding yourself there, I just want you finding ways to pull yourself back into the divine feminine, whether that's through creativity or intuition or movement, or tuning in more to who you're being versus, what you're doing, or bringing the two together. That's what I want for you. And so you're saying intuitive freedom mindset and travel empowerment coach. I love it. And I feel like so much of this path that you're on, this transition that you're in and how you're navigating it, is really going to be giving you a lot of the content, in terms of you understanding energetically your clients. So anything that you're feeling or resisting, or it feels like, shouldn't this be easier? Like, they're showing me that sometimes they are taking you on a bit of a journey with it, so that you can really understand it on an energetic level and be able to create from that unique wisdom that only you're going to have, because you totally went through it already. Okay. Well, thank you, Brooke. So I'm going to go to Eden. Eden. Hi. Go into your comment. Okay. So you're launching your business, Hardin D. Eden. Adine. I'm not sure I'm saying it correctly. I feel like it's like needs a really fancy accent that I don't have access to. So April of 2021, just a general reading. You're excited to launch. Okay, cool. Eden. Thanks, Brooke. Okay. Eden. Just going to connect in with you. Okay. Okay. Yeah, it's interesting. Like, I noticed as soon as I tune into you, I kind of felt like I was going down an elevator. It took me a moment to like really feel why they were taking me there, why they were showing it to me like that. And then as soon as this card comes in about dancing with life, doing something to change your energy, it showed me that there's a drop that comes in with you, that there's been a lull. And I feel like it's actually a mix of like your physical energy in your body, mixed with your mental kind of spiritual energy, your spark to really make this happen. So they're showing me a little bit of a dip. I feel like I'm feeling a lot of the inner critics creeping in on this topic. And the step back card is coming in from the business side of things, talking about that you need to think bigger, that you need to zoom out, that you need to see the entire picture, and that there's certain things that right now you're a little too close to see, like a horse with blinders on, that thinking about it more holistically, bigger picture. And they're saying that they want you to, when they say bigger picture to you, that it's meaning in the scope of your entire life, how this business fits into your entire life. And so with that specifically, let me just tune into my body and just see what else wants to come in here. Okay, so I'm feeling the anxiety feeling in the chest, but then I feel like my hand is also pushing here on my chest as well. So it's interesting. Like, I feel like they're showing me this added pressure that you're putting on yourself, and that it's really important for you in terms of you and like being aligned with the energy of abundance, that pressure that you're putting yourself on is kind of throwing you into like a scarcity energy. That I think that you teeter between like too much pressure and like just the right amount that gives you a sense of urgency. And I just see you pushing yourself and being a really harsh critic on yourself to the point that it's like it's throwing you into worry, scarcity, inner critic. And you're kind of like throwing yourself into that pit over and over again. And so yeah, tell me what you want her to do to take herself out of that. And so is this making sense for you first off? Eden, I haven't seen any feedback from you girls, so I'm going to keep going, but I want to make sure you're here. Okay. Well, I will. Okay, here you go. You have a lot of inner critic. Yeah. I mean, everyone has an inner critic, but it's not surprising that it's coming up for a new business, but I want you to know that if you are starting a new business and that's the energy that I'm picking up on, I want you to shift it so that you're not attracting from that point. Because if we're attracting and sort of building and putting things out there from a place of scarcity, we're going to feel like we're pushing a fucking huge boulder up a cliff and we're going to have to work a lot harder than we need to. What I want you to do, here's what I want you to do. So bear with me here. Because at first you're going to be like, why would I do that? That makes no sense. But with you and doing a business, anytime we're trying to up level into something else, it means that there's a new level of energetic work, healing work that we need to do. That while we're always like, I just need the right strategy, I just need the right formula and the right like not amount of followers or being on the right platform, it's like it's also about like being allowing yourself to feel worthy, allowing yourself to trust your own guidance, allowing yourself to fully commit and be kind of clean and have a clean vibrational offering that's actually going to attract what you want to get. And so I do want you to do some of the shadow work, which is not just worrying about like amplifying your light, right? Because oftentimes that's the part of manifestation that we really forget about, is that we have a lot of limitations. There's parts of us that really wants to fight for our scarcity and our victimhood, that likes making things hard and really gets off on that, so to speak. I'm reading a lot of Carolyn Elliott right now and her existential kink book. And so I'm going to bring you an exercise based on that. And that would be good for anybody that wants to do a little bit more in terms of the shadow work, because the shadow work is the work of realizing that for us to shine as brightly as possible, that anything that we carry shame or unworthiness around, that it really makes us less potent if we're hanging on to it. So I would say to write out whatever it is that you want and say, Dear universe, I absolutely refuse to have, and then what you're wanting, sort of like a badass launch or X, $1,000 launch for this business. And I know you might be saying, wait, that goes against every manifesting thing I've ever heard of. I don't want to affirm that. Further instructions of how you're actually going to rip up the piece of paper. So I do want you to do it on a piece of paper so you can actually tear it up and rip it up. And then I want you to follow it up with, because I have a deep fear that because I have a deep fear that and you're going to write 20 fears around your willingness to receive that amount of money. And so what we're doing here is you're going to be making the subconscious conscious, right? There's going to be certain fears that you have that are already in your vibrational state. They're already a part of your vibrational state that you don't even realize are there because it's on a subconscious level. So this is advanced manifesting, Eden. And then I want you, after you write those 20 fears, to rip up that piece of paper and tell your subconscious, delete this, We're not running this program anymore. I'm over it. And to repeat that as much as you need to. And so all of that, Eden, is basically showing you some fears that are there. And it's making them conscious so you can actually change them. You can interact with them. You could be like, well, that's lame. That would never happen, or I would never feel that way. So that is my practice for you. And it's Carolyn Elliott, Existential Kink. It's very good. I love her book. I love her so much. Okay, so I'm going to go on to number 5, Solange. I'm going to see who's number 5, Solange.
Samantha is number 5.
Samantha. Okay, so yeah. I think we're doing, Samantha and Butterfly Creations. And then who do we have numbers wise?
Then we have number 6 and number 7.
Okay.
Got another one that I.
Okay. Cool. Who's number 6?
Number 6 is Beth.
Okay, so Beth and Samantha, are we doing you together? Because I know that Beth and Samantha have a business together. So that's my question for Beth. Thank you, Solange. Jessica. Wait, Solange, did we forget Jessica? Solange?
Let me check. I think I just answered her. Let me see.
Because I feel like Jessica was there. Okay. I think we might. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do Samantha and Beth together, and then Jessica, I'll do you next. So, because I know Samantha and Beth have Butterfly Creations, and then Jessica, general reading. Okay. We're primarily focused on business, Jessica, but we can just pull a card, but we'll see what comes in. Okay. And just a reminder that this is the only Monday that I'm going to be doing public readings, and the next 3 Mondays are going to be in my group moving forward. So if you want to keep seeing these, Solange will drop the link in the group. Okay, so Butterfly Creations, Beth Casford, and Samantha Beatty. Okay. 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 So I'm feeling like, okay, so I saw the break the chain card, and I'm feeling like there is some ancestral stuff to clean up just on the energetic side. So for both Beth and Samantha, it's talking about ancestral patterns, healing, and that sort of is rewriting the future. And so I'm curious if I can tune in to see if there's similar things. Like, my sense initially was that there's similar healing work for you to be done, and that you guys might actually even be able to release some of this stuff. Okay, so can you tell me, like, what they're showing me is that one of you has a grandfather, like a grandparent that had a business, and the other one had what feels like a father figure, like a direct sort of whoever raised you, that would be that male energy that has a business. And so there's a lot that's tied to these two energies, and I almost feel like the two of you are kind of tethered to it. Like, it shows me almost like kind of like tethering around the waist, and it's like you're trying to run forward and you're trying to go, but like it feels like it's like all that energy is being expended and you're working really hard, and it feels like you're going, and that you feel you're like, why can't I move forward? Why can't I move forward? But there's somebody's energy. So Beth, do you have a father that had some kind of a business? Like, I'm feeling like there's this male energy that's attached to you guys. It's related to some of the healing, the family healing that needs to be done based on the stories that you have about business. So on the energetic side, that is the spiritual sort of guidance that we're getting for you. In terms of the more business side of things, it is niching down, that you need to get a little bit more specific, a little bit more weird, that you need to create a lane of your own. So, what I want you to look at is anybody in the family, Beth, that has a business. Again, it could be further back, it could be past lives, but I just want you to know that there's a lot of stories. There's a lot of stories of how money is made. There's a lot of stories about what it means to be a business owner. So it might go further back, but it just feels very complicated. Breaking the chain, it's about identifying those patterns, and I want you to talk to each other. I want you to talk to each other and see and really bring those beliefs out into the forefront of anybody that put really like installed some truths there for you around what it is to have a business or how hard you have to work. And so I want the two of you talking together and being in conversation, because it's going to go a lot further. Just like how if someone's talking to a coach, how it's like a co-creation partner, the two of you are talking together, you're going to find the overlap, and you're going to be able to make it conscious and expand your own consciousness around it a lot faster. But I do want you there's going to be some patterns that emerge between the two of you. So I want you to do that on the energetic side. On the business side of standing out, niching down, that you need to be, again, more specific, more weird. It's that oftentimes in business, people are trying to appeal to such a wide audience that it's challenging for them and they end up not reaching anybody. And so I do really just want to point you in to becoming more specific with what you're offering and who you're speaking to and who you deliver it to. And would it make sense that one of you is a little further out in the spiritual closet than the other? That one of you is a little bit more sort of like open and sort of like more able to talk more vulnerably about it than the other? I don't know which one it is, but I just feel like that's how your energy is showing up. But that whoever feels like that more confidence in it, I feel like really pulls up the other one and really gives a lot of the confidence and the bravery and the courage to the other one. And I feel like just the more specific you get it, just looking at, okay, how can we make it more specific? How can we really create something that's more for this individual person? How can we niche down more? Samantha says yes. Okay. How can we niche down more? Like how can we bring more of our, and I use weird in like the best way possible, like how can we bring more of our quirky weirdness into this so that we vibrate, with our tribe, with our people that are really going to be so excited about what we're doing? Because if you don't do that, then you're really watering down your energy. You make it really hard for people to connect with you and for them to connect with what you're offering. So that's my guidance for you. Thank you very much. Solange, if you can, this person, Eve, I'm going to say the name wrong, but this person is trying to do the same thing as the other person, where they're trying to spam the thread. So if you guys can report them, don't DM them. They're not associated with us. Okay, let's see. Thank you both. So I'm scrolling back to Jessica. I'm looking for your question, Jessica. Is it up further? Okay, here it is. Oh, thanks, Eden. Woo. Okay. I feel like things are a little, just with the energy coming in with you with the cards, Jessica, are things feeling a little chaotic, a little topsy-turvy? Do you have some really religious family members? There's a lot of like religious energy that comes in with you as well. And I feel like there's nothing wrong with you. It just feels like you've moved away from it, and that it mixes you up internally a little bit when like certain people are sort of projecting their own beliefs onto you. It feels more like parents, close family, aunts and uncles. I mean, it would make sense that you were connecting over the holidays with some family, but I just feel like it feels chaotic to you right now. I'm just curious what I'm picking up on and if that makes sense. With your mother-in-law. Okay. And so I feel with you specifically, so you're saying that you're getting started in grad school, you're thinking about moving into some form of administration. So I want to say that it doesn't necessarily matter what you do, like in terms of what you came here to do and fulfilling that. But the card that's coming through is this pillar of light. Your vibration is rising. You are the oracle. And so it's really about wherever you shine the brightest, wherever you feel like you can be yourself and express, like they're saying, like expressing your highest potential. Do you have like dreams about writing? Like, because I feel like they are pointing me towards that. Like it feels like that is actually the thing that I just feel the butterflies, like the great sense of like love and connection, and it just feels really juicy whenever I step into this energy around writing. It feels like if you whatever gives you the room, the spaciousness in your life to do that, whether you're doing it full time or whether you have a different career and then you're doing that, like I just there's something about the writing. Like tell me what I'm picking up on with writing. The community card is coming in. And so I feel like with you, like with the energy of grad school, with the energy of transition, like you having a solid community, like a solid support system is really important for you to feel like you're thriving. And so I feel like that's different. I feel like that's going to look different for you, like spiritually. I do feel like your group of friends I see is shuffling around a little bit right now because there's a lot of people that are at crossroads. Are you feeling that as well? Because it does seem like you are just entering into a different phase. Like I wouldn't be surprised if you had like just a lot of people in life, like friends having kids, people changing jobs, people moving out of state. It just feels like there's a lot of that happening right now. And so your social circle beyond what's going on is just very much in flux. And so it is time where I see you building like a new solid group of people that are headed where you're headed. And they're people that are like, that are talking about deeper things that you want to talk about. And then the community in terms of like when you do move into that college grad school program, like I just feel like you're the kind of person that needs a study group, that you need people to like talk through concepts with, to like have, accountability with, like even if it's virtual, I just feel like you are that person that needs it. But yeah, does the writing make sense? Like that's I think my biggest question, because that's the thing that the energy actually showed up most strongly for. So I want to know if you're aware of that with the writing. Are you connected with that? So I'm going to pull Solange in and see who else we can get to. So the writing makes sense and research. Okay. Yeah. So I want you to start to notice, Jessica, how you're feeling with the writing. And I wouldn't be surprised if, especially around spring of this year, if like your desire to start writing, if it starts to spark into different areas around that time. And so I do want you, like whether it's like an app on your phone or like a small journal that you carry with you, to start bringing it with you, because it does feel like I see you jotting down ideas that are coming through of things that you want to like write more about later. Okay. Okay, Solange. Hi.
Hi. Sorry about that, Jessica and Beth. I overlapped the number 6
Oh, it's
between
okay.
them.
It's
So we are missing number 7, 8, 9, and 10.
okay. So I'm just going to have them all jump into the comments right now, because I looked and I have like 10 more minutes left. And I was telling Solange, so if you're 7, 8, 9, or 10, thank you, Solange. I'm just going to go in whatever order you're here. And so that I don't have to scroll back through the comments, just put business name, business question. And then if you're 7, 8, 9, or 10, I'm just going to go in the next 10 minutes quickly to the 4 of you. If there is somebody, Nicole, great, you're 9. Nicole, business name, or you can say if your business name is and same with Lee. I just want to know your business name and your business question. And something that isn't a yes, no question. So whoever gets to that first. So if anybody does want details about a private reading, one where you can go a little bit deeper on some of these different concepts, just DM me and I can talk to you and I can let you know what options exist there just based on what you're looking for. And okay, Nicole, perfect. Got it. And then remembering that the rest of the readings, the rest of these weekly readings this month are going to be in my group. So to check in the comments, if you're not in my group already, to be a part of that. So you can take part. I'm actually doing card spreads for the month of January where you pick between 4 card spreads based on what you're pulled towards most. And then I'm doing channeled messages there so you can work with the energies. And Beth, you're asking about the group link. I'll have Solange drop that for me in the comments. So Nicole Pimlott. Okay, shine through the shadows. You have kind of like a tired yet serious energy that's showing up for you. I'm curious about it. See what's coming in with the cards. Okay. Okay. So Nicole, the dance with life, like doing something to change your energy is coming in. And so similar, this card came in again for the other reading. And it's funny, this surrender card is coming in as well. What they're showing me is like that there's just an intensity to the energies of life right now. And with all the things that have shifted, they're just showing me that you're really feeling it, that you're feeling more tired on a physical level. And because of that, it's coming in, it's seeping into your emotions, seeping in, it's making you feel a lot more serious and sort of like look at your business through that lens as well. I also see that you've shifted into this like 2021, like hashtag goals, hashtag crush it kind of energy. And they're showing me that because it's like removed you from some of your flow. Like they're kind of showing me this like, hey, let's unwind. Let's like, this is great. Like, how can we also like feel really good energetically and like rest and like know that we don't all have to do it like in this month just because it's January. So they're showing me a lot of that right now. With the surrender card coming in, that's coming in because there's something that you're hitting up against that like, it feels like a rock. It feels like it's just stuck. You just started some kind of yoga. I don't know what kind of yoga that is, but that there's something that they're showing me that it's not like a challenge. It's like something that you're trying to figure out and that you just need to release it for right now. Like you don't have to have all the answers. You don't have to have it all figured out right now. You don't have to have it all launched right now and perfect. Like that, like if you just let go a little bit and sort of let it be what it is, it's going to be like that flower that sort of opens like as it's ready, and there's just going to be a lot more ease with the process, and it feels like you're not going to have to change things. Like if you rush it too quickly, what I see is you're going to have to keep like redirecting things or being like, oh, I thought it was this but now it's this. And so yeah, that's what I'm seeing for you. Okay. So let me know what else makes sense. The legacy lifestyle. Wondering if I should put my total focus into the life insurance business. I also have another business as well, Man Island. Okay. Okay. Leanne, the other business is the one that you're more connected to, right? Not the life insurance. There's the other business, the non-life insurance one is the one that your heart's more connected to. Tell me if that's correct. So the crumbling card comes in. It's asking what you're clinging on to. What you're clinging on to. And so there's this sense of like going through a portal of like feeling like this sense of terror while you do it, but sort of committing to it and doing it and stepping through to it. Because I just feel like, there's sort of more of that love spark connection to the other business. Confirm that for me. And asking yourself like why you're unwilling to consider that can be bigger, consider that can be you have a non podcast and support group. Oh, a mom podcast. I was like, what's a non podcast? And so is that the thing that your heart is more in? Because it just feels like there's some things for you to face and some things for you to look at. Like my sense is that you're probably like, well, how do I monetize this? How do I make money from this? And I feel like it's not like you need to ditch like the other one. The spark is for the beauty business. Okay. Okay. So the beauty business is separate from the podcast. Okay. You have a lot of things going on, Leanne. For the beauty business. Okay. Yeah. So I mean that would make sense. Like look at all these beautiful flowers and yeah, what are you clinging on to? What do you need to release? So I'm gonna leave it at that because I think I have a few other people. Do I have any other people? I told Solange we're taking my son to like this like Christmas light thing, even though Christmas is over. It's just the only time that we could get tickets to go through. So I was like, I need to be off right at my time. I can't go over. Total chaos and confusion. Yeah. So Leanne, like my sense is that there's a way to make the beauty business work and that you have to not just be like, it can't work right now. Like, it's not reasonable right now. Like, because then you're just going to find the body of evidence that shows you like, it's not going to work. But I'm not telling you to just like leave it behind. But what I'm telling you to do is to look towards and be like, how can this beauty business be the main thing? Because I fucking love it. And I just feel so good when I'm doing it. Like, what do I need to do to just be all in with it and to see what shows up and to see what answers you get? Because that's how I see you moving towards and taking kind of bigger chunks out of the income that you're making with the life insurance to be doing it. It does feel like you're doing a lot. I do see your business being kind of like split and pulled in a lot of directions. So I feel like 2021 should not be about adding more, that it should be about simplifying and finding more ways to be spending your time and making your money through the things that you feel aligned with, and simplifying or maybe even letting go of some things that maybe are separate from that. Because I could see that you're like, oh, I need to focus, I need to hone in, but it feels like there's so many different things that I want you to make sure that they're all working together, that they're all pushing you towards that. Okay, got it. All right, everybody. So if you're new to me, if you want to join the group, we're doing all the readings for the next Mondays like this within my group. So be sure to join. How to Make Money Being Magical. Thank you, Solange. She just dropped that in the comments. If anybody would like to dive deeper into a private reading, you can DM me about that. We can see what would be a fit for you. And what else? Yes, in the group, I'm doing the divine business wisdom, the channeled messages, and there's 4 different cards that are basically pulling through the energy for the month, and there's 2 different stories that will be told through those energies. So you can choose whatever one you're feeling more pulled towards. So if you want to get in on that, I haven't posted any of those messages yet, so I will be posting that tomorrow. Thank you so much, everybody. I hope you have a good night. Happy New Year. Happy week.